Hi, it's Nadira with Fresh Fire International Ministries, and I want to thank you for joining us for another Wisdom Wednesday Nugget. Today's message is very simple. Don't judge the Israelites. Don't judge them. The name Israel is a Hebrew name, Yisrael, and it means one who contends or struggles with God. And we've seen that as we've read about the Israelites and their experiences in the Old Testament. Christianity.com has an article that says God furthered his plan of redemption by calling a people. And this is in spite of, their name, the meaning of their name, the descendants of Abraham's grandson, Jacob. When God called Israel, it was not because they were a strong people or a wealthy people or even a people that worshiped him. Israel was not even a nation. They were slaves in Egypt, but God had a plan for Israel. So a lot of times when we hear about the Israelites, there are negative connotations. They're known for murmuring and complaining, questioning God's choice in a leader, Moses, wavering in faith, even after witnessing powerful miracles by God. But yet, there are things that the Israelites have gotten right at times. They followed God's appointed leader, even though they questioned his leadership at times. They knew who to call on for help: God. There's a movie that was popular in the 80s, Ghostbusters, and the theme song is "Who We Gonna Call?" Ghostbusters. And we have to be able to call the right person for whatever job we need done at that time. We wouldn't call an electrician to fix a plumbing issue. No, we would call the subject matter expert, an electrician, to fix electrical issues in our home. The Israelites also had enough faith to cry out for deliverance from slavery. If they didn't believe that God could deliver them, they wouldn't have called them. And we can stand in faith for God to deliver us from whatever we need to be delivered from, and know that he is well able to do it. The Israelites, they were able to follow instructions at times. Exodus 12 talks about the Passover and how God gave Moses and Aaron instructions for the Israelites to follow before he sent the last plague into Egypt. And the Israelites listened. They followed those instructions. And the Bible doesn't say that God went to each Israelite individually and said, do this, boom, 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 and that. No, God spoke to his appointed leaders and had them deliver the message. And the Israelites followed those instructions. But what's key in this is that God does not operate in a cookie cutter ministry. And so, he handles different situations and different people in different ways, even if the situation is the same. We've seen in the Bible where God has healed numerous people of blindness, but he did not approach that healing the same every time. I think of the time that Jesus spit on the ground and took mud and made clay or, a paste and put it over a blind man's eyes to heal him from blindness. And that's in John 9:6. But we don't see that he does that every time. So it's key to follow the instructions, whether God sends it through a Christian leader or he gives you instructions and it may be different than the last time. It's key to be able to follow those instructions. In Exodus chapter 2, verse 24 talks about how the Israelites cried out to God and that God remembered his covenant with Israel and took notice. And God has a covenant with us, present day believers. Amen. And he will honor that covenant. You know, he will take notice if we're struggling with a certain situation. He will take notice if we're worried about different situations. He will take notice if we're, concerned about money issues and pay. He will take notice and show up and help us. So we may be a little bit more like the Israelites than we would like to believe. Amen. But we can learn not only from the things they did wrong, but the things they did right. The people and God's appointed leaders of that time. So let's not judge the Israelites. Let's learn from them. So I pray that this blessed you. If there's anything that we can do for you, please, please, please feel free to reach out to the ministry website. It's FFI Ministries with an S.com. And we will see you next time on Wisdom Wednesday. No judgment of the Israelites. We love you. We'll see you next time. God bless you. Bye-bye.